America, we got to get back to doing what's expected of us as free citizens in this democracy. That means being tolerant, being respectful, staying informed, and being engaged. I'm former Congressman Joe Walsh. Follow me here and join the millions of Americans who are renewing their social contract with each other. The social contract, it's on us. Hey, Tuesday, everybody. Thank you for joining me this Tuesday. This is the social contract with former Congressman Joe Walsh. Glad to have you with me. I'm still under the weather, so I look like shit. Haven't shaved, haven't showered. I've done a couple podcast hits and a couple TV hits looking like this. I've decided I'm not going to shave or shower as long as Trump is in the White House. I haven't told my wife about that. I told my dog, Mabel, my black lab, and she loves the idea. I've thought about not shaving or showering as long as he is in the White House. I don't know that I could do that. I'd love to try. I'll probably shave later today. Thanks for listening. Just at the outset today, relax, everybody. I'm going to give you a variation of this every single day. I'm talking to every American right now. Hello, TikTok. I love to say that. Hello, TikTok. I'm talking to every American right now. But I know probably that the only Americans who will take this advice are those of us who are pissed off, scared, angry, and concerned about what Donald Trump is doing right now. It's a message for all of us, but especially for those of us who oppose Trump. Take a breath, chill, relax. Yes, politically, this is a fight. And yes, politically, we want to defeat Trump and Musk and Trumpism and all that it is, because all that it is utterly un-American. But it's going to take some doing, and it's going to take some time. And if we wake up every morning and go to bed every night super duper stressed out because we're on our phones all day and we're watching the TV all day, and man, the shit that they're doing, and you are like, your head's spinning and you're thinking, I can't handle this. Take a breath, pace yourself, chill, relax, and get your strength. That's ultimately how those of us who believe in democracy and tolerance and decency and the rule of law win. Look, here's the deal. Big picture. Musk, Trump, what's going on right now? Big picture. In a healthy constitutional republic, right? That's what we are, MAGA, right? We're a constitutional republic. In a healthy constitutional republic with a healthy legislative branch. Like if we had that right now, Elon Musk would be hauled in front of Congress this morning and he would have to answer questions under oath. If we had the legislative branch our founders set up, there'd be congressional hearings going on right now. They would have started last week. There would be immediate congressional oversight looking into immediate executive branch overreach. There would be hearings. There would be congressional investigations. Congress, remember them, would do its job. And again, history reminder, everyone, our founders gave damn near all the constitutional authority to Congress, to the legislative branch. And MAGA, oh, wake up, MAGA. Why did our founders do that? Why did our founders put all the power, I'm exaggerating, almost all the power, almost all the authority in this Constitution, the constitutional authority in the legislative branch, in the people's house, in our representatives. Why did our founders do that? Come on, let me hear you, MAGA. Why'd they do that? That's right, because they feared a king. They rebelled against a king. They fought a king. They didn't want to live underneath the thumb of a king. So because they so feared a king, they set up this representative democracy. And I've said this before, many of our founders didn't even want the office of the presidency. Why? Because they feared a king. They feared it would get too much and accumulate too much power over time. Congress's job, therefore, is to be the check and the balance, the check on the presidency, on the executive branch. Their chief job is to provide oversight to how our federal government is being run, how money is being spent, to make sure everything is being done by law according to the Constitution, especially when it comes to what the president and the executive branch are doing. Thus endeth again the history lesson. So in a healthy democracy right now, when you have, as we have right now, some unelected, nobody elected him, Elon Musk, some unelected wealthy dude, basically declaring war on our federal government, firing federal employees, locking federal employees out of computer systems, shutting down federal agency offices, and on and on and on, taking control of federal databases, an unelected oligarch, wealthy dude who has no authority. And yet you wake up today and you think Elon Musk is president. You wake up today, this guy who's just got a lot of money, not elected to anything, he's in there shutting down, trying to shut down agencies, locking employees out of offices, firing people, furloughing people, on and on and on, shutting down their social media pages, federal agencies. You would begin to think that he's the president. Oh my God. And a healthy Congress, Republican or Democrat, would say, this is kind of batshit crazy. This is wrong. Let me look back at the Constitution and see what my job is. Oh yeah, God, we're supposed to be providing oversight right now. There's like a fire. There's a fire going on in the executive branch right now. It's our job, if you were a healthy member of Congress, it's our job to find out what the fuck is going on right now. Elon Musk, who is this guy? Send him a subpoena, get him in front of Congress, get him under oath. If we had the legislative branch our founders gave us, that's what would be happening right now. Immediate hearings. Elon Musk would be under oath, and everybody who's working with Musk would be under oath. But we don't have that legislative branch right now that our founders envisioned. We have a legislative branch right now run by a political party right now that ain't devoted to the Constitution. It's utterly devoted to the guy in the White House. Let's be clear again, TikTok and everybody else. Let's just call it out for what it is. And MAGA, you may love it, but the Republicans control Congress. They control the House and the Senate, and their allegiance is to Trump, not the Constitution. They have pledged fealty to Trump, not the Constitution. And yeah, that's not healthy. That's not what our founders envisioned, but that's where we are right now. And they're calling the shots. And the party, congressional Republicans, are part of the authoritarian embracing cult. So they are devoted to Trump and not the Constitution. And so as we sit here today, again, if you're paying attention, every day, utter chaos. Nobody knows what's going on right now, right? What department's been shut down? What money's been frozen? What employees have been fired? Who's been locked out of what offices? What agencies' social media pages have been taken down? Have entire departments been shut down? Nobody knows. It's utter chaos and confusion. Have the funds been frozen still? What's going on? And then this headline yesterday, Keith, show me if you've got that Elon Musk in the database headline. Musk and associates reportedly now control, keep that up there, Keith, for a sec. Musk and associates reportedly now control massive federal database. Elon Musk controls a massive federal database. Huh? Excuse me, what? You don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Does that mean that Elon Musk has all of my information, all of my personal, all of my private information? He's got my social security number. He's got my voting record. What does that mean? That an unelected, wealthy dude who has no authority now controls a massive federal database? This is out of whack, right? This isn't right. MAGA, this isn't right. I know you love Elon Musk, but oh my God, we'll talk about it in a minute. What if somebody you didn't like had control of a massive federal database? But again, back to the point. Congress, where are you? The wealthiest guy on the planet may have the personal, private tax information of every single American. Isn't that something we should all look into? But the problem is Republicans control Congress. And the problem is Republicans, we just got to face this. We've got to wrap our arms around a lot of things right now. Those of us who oppose Trump and Trumpism. Republicans control Congress. There's very little Democrats in Congress can do. There are a couple things they can do. Very little they can do. There's very little we can do besides raise a hue and cry. But there are things we can do. But Republicans control Congress. So Republicans dictate the hearings. Republicans dictate who's going to come before Congress. Republicans dictate what they're going to provide oversight on. And right now, I guess to cut to the chase, it's been this way for a while, right? Damn right, Sarah Specter. Civil disobedience, we're there. Absolutely. Civil disobedience, bring it on. That's where we're coming. That's where we're going. Again, hard truths. Here's a hard truth. These congressional Republicans don't give a fuck about the Constitution. I want to say that again because it felt really good to say. Hard truth, America. Congressional Republicans don't give a flying fuck about the Constitution. This is where we are. Who was it? Yesterday, Republican Senator Tom Tillis from North Carolina. Did you see what he said? He's not alone. He's a Republican senator from North Carolina. Keith, do you have that? What Tom Tillis said? Tom Tillis, North Carolina Republican senator. Keep that up there, Keith. Acknowledged. This is a Republican senator yesterday who acknowledged that what Elon Musk is doing is unconstitutional. Hold that thought. But then Tillis said nobody should bellyache about it. Tillis said what Musk is doing runs afoul of the Constitution. By the way, MAGA, that means it's unconstitutional in the strictest sense. But it's not uncommon for presidents to flex a little bit on where they can spend and where they can stop spending, blah, 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 blah. Thanks, Keith. That's a Republican United States senator. right? Putting it out there for all of us. Hell yes, what Musk is doing is unconstitutional, but quit belly aching about it. Quit belly aching about the Constitution. Man, they ain't going to rescue us, right? Constitution's on fire right now. It's burning right now. Do not look to the Republicans to help us. I tend to bellyache about the Constitution. It's why, MAGA, I was right, bellyache. It's why I was a Tea Party congressman, because I revere the Constitution above all else. I took an oath as a member of Congress to defend that Constitution. I had my first, back when I was a talk radio host, I had my first real falling out with Trump's base, and I come from Trump's base. I had my first real falling out with Trump's base when Trump was president and he wanted to build that wall. And by the way, I wanted the border secured, and I felt like a wall should be part of the securing of the border. And Trump couldn't get funding properly by law for his wall. And so Donald Trump decided to do unconstitutional things to try to get money for his wall. And I went on the radio that day and I said, no. I support the wall, but this is bullshit. The president of the United States, I don't care who it is, Obama, Trump, cannot defy the Constitution to get what he wants. If Trump can ignore and defy the Constitution to build a wall, then Barack Obama could have ignored and defied the Constitution to take away your guns, I said on the radio. But you know what? And I said that as a supporter of the wall to my radio audience, and caller after caller, Trump's base called in and said to me, Joe, I don't care. We got to get that wall. I don't care, Joe, what Trump has to do to get it. We got to get that wall. I don't care. This is when I first heard it. This was 7-8 years ago when I first heard a Trump supporter tell me on the radio to my face, figuratively speaking, Joe, I don't care if Trump is a king. I want to get that wall. That was the first crack in the relationship between me, part of Trump's base, and Trump's base. Like, we both wanted the wall, but I could not support unconstitutional measures to get the wall because I revere the Constitution. I revere the law. Most of Trump's supporters told me back then they didn't give a fuck about that. Just get the wall. So that's where we are today with these Republicans. Quick note, quick thought. What can the Democrats do? Delay. There are numerous mechanisms that that Democrats in the House and Senate can do to delay all congressional proceedings, all congressional votes. Don't forget, come mid-March, Republicans got to keep this government funded. Republicans have to deal with the debt ceiling. Democrats come mid-March ought to just sit there and do this. Middle finger to House Republicans. Middle finger to Senate Republicans. Don't do a thing with them. Don't work with them. Don't cooperate with them at all. This is all on them. They can delay. Senate Democrats can delay a lot of the votes on Trump's nominees. There are legislative maneuvers that Democrats inside baseball can use as best as they can to try to clog up and delay what Trump is trying to do. But most importantly, Democrats have a bully pulpit. Every member of Congress has a bully pulpit. Use it. They got in front of the USAID offices yesterday. Good. More of that. Sleep there. If I were in Congress right now, I would grab a sleeping bag. And I know it's cold in Washington, D.C., but I would sleep outside on the sidewalk in front of USAID's front door every single day and night. And I would hold a press conference and a town hall every single day and night because that federal agency, Elon Musk and Donald Trump, are trying to shut down, and they do not have the authority. Again, the Constitution, they do not have the authority to do that. So Democrats got to think outside the fucking box and use the fucking bully pulpit. And as we've always said, righteously, in a righteous anger fashion, go directly to the American people. Look, what I said at the top, chill. Trump's going to do a lot of damage these next 2 years, no doubt. No doubt. He is going to do enormous damage to the fabric of this country, to the fabric of this democracy. There is plenty that Democrats and us can do to try to stop it and alleviate it and lessen it, but he's going to do damage. The first most immediate political goal is Democrats have to take back control of the House in 2026. Hey, Keith, can you put that Elon Musk headline back up about the massive database? I just got one other question on this. And this question, by the way, is directed to every MAGA person, every one of my MAGA brothers and sisters. And by the way, MAGA, you are still my brothers and sisters. I come from you. I got myself out of MAGA, but you're still my brothers and sisters. This question, MAGA, is for you. Look at that headline right there. Keep it up, Keith. Keep it up. MAGA. Look at that headline, MAGA. Musk and associates reportedly now control massive federal database. So assume for a moment it's true. Elon Musk right now controls a massive federal database. Scares the fuck out of me. MAGA, I got a question. And I'm just curious, MAGA, if instead, keep that headline up there, Keith. If instead that headline said, let me think. If that headline said instead, George Soros and associates reportedly now control a massive federal database. If that headline said that, MAGA, would you be pissed? Would you be angry? Would you be upset? Would you be concerned? Kristen, I'm just wondering if George Soros, if it was true, if the headline said George Soros controls a massive federal database, like George Soros now knows everything about you, all your personal, all your private, all your tax, all your voting information, everything. Would you be upset, MAGA? Sean Hannity, would Sean Hannity be blowing a fucking gasket? Like, I don't know, you don't need to go too far back in time. If Barack Obama were still president, if Barack Obama won, and think about it, MAGA, again, I'm having fun, but I'm making a serious point here. If when Barack Obama was president, he gave George Soros all the freedom and power that Trump has given Elon Musk, and George Soros could fire people and put money wherever he wanted and shut down or sprout up any new federal agency. And George Soros could look under your covers, could look into your most personal private information. If Obama had done that with a George Soros, MAGA, would you be upset? Be honest. Life's too short not to be honest. Would you be angry? I'd be upset. And if I were still in Congress, thanks, Keith. If I were still in Congress and Obama did that with George Soros, I'd be screaming to the high heavens. But I'm screaming to the high heavens now with Elon Musk, because it doesn't matter to me if it's Elon Musk or George Soros. An unelected rich guy should not have the authority to dictate what goes on in the federal government, and should most certainly not have access to all of your information and mine. That's not a hard thing to say. No. That's not a hard thing to say if you put the fucking country first. But no, if you put your team first, man, Joe, I can hear it now, MAGA. No, Joe, Musk is a great guy. George Soros is our enemy. Okay, MAGA. I hear you. A final thought today, and I'm not having fun right now, and this is not at all an enjoyable thing for me to say, and I'm not trying to make some fucking political point with what I'm saying right now, but listen to me, every American. There are real life and death consequences all over this planet right now, for the chaos and the confusion that Musk and Trump are spreading. Real life consequences right now because of what Elon Musk and Donald Trump are doing. People are dying right now, because of what Trump and Musk are doing. Now, they're dying in Africa. They're dying in other countries around the world. They'll be dying here in America too because of what Musk and Trump are doing. But right now, they're dying all over the world. And maybe you don't give a damn about them. Maybe you don't give a damn about babies in Africa born with the HIV virus. Maybe, MAGA, you don't give a damn about them. You should, because you're Christian. You're Christian. Right now, one example, just one, because I've only got time for one and you've only got time for one. USAID, for 60 years, providing global health care and health service care and programs all over the world, helping to keep people alive, out of poverty, healthy, and not hungry. So here's one that right now is on Musk and Trump. 300 babies born in Africa right now because of what Musk and Trump are doing. 300 babies born in Africa every single day are born with the HIV virus and will not get and are not getting the drugs to cure them of that. 300 babies a day born in Africa right now are not getting the care. Born positive with the HIV virus, are not accessing the immediate drugs, the retrovirals that they need right now to be cured of that. And so 300 babies born a day in Africa right now will get AIDS and die of AIDS. It's one of USAID's life-saving programs. It's called PEPFAR, the President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief. Amazing work that we do. Providing this HIV medication to every baby born in Nigeria, Zambia, Haiti, Mozambique, you name it. Every infant born with that tests positive for the HIV virus in those countries, they have gotten access because of USAID to our drugs, to our medication, the retrovirals they're called, to address immediately that HIV virus and allow them to live lives free of AIDS. But because of what Musk and Trump are doing right now, Those drugs are not being distributed. Those drugs are not being accessed. Those drugs cannot be touched. Call it whatever you want to call it. Because of the stall, because of the freeze, because of the chaos and the confusion, every single day right now, 300 babies born in African nations, born with the HIV virus, are not able to get the medication they need immediately to deal with that. And they will die. 300 babies a day in Africa. Because Elon Musk and Donald Trump want to shut USAID down. They can't. It's against the law. It's unlawful. But what they're doing right now is basically freezing and screwing everything up. And the 10,000 USAID employees around the world who work in life and death situations, in war zones, in dangerous countries around the world, right now aren't able to do anything, aren't able to access anything, aren't able to access any funding, and it's created life and death situations. And this is just 300 babies every single day born in Africa with the HIV virus will now die because of Elon Musk and Donald Trump. MAGA, MAGA, baby. MAGA, MAGA. Hey, thank you for listening, everyone. A couple things. I launched a Substack a couple weeks ago. If you like some of the things I say here, if you like some of what I say on social media, subscribe to my Substack page. I put a lot of this and a lot of unique stuff in writing. I love to write. I don't get to write enough, but now I am, and now I do. So subscribe to my Substack page. It's Social Contract with Joe Walsh. Social Contract with Joe Walsh. Check it out. If you want to communicate with me, this always cracks me up. Laura, hello, Laura. Joe Walsh, you are not relevant. I just have such a hard time with that. Someone watching my daily show says I'm not relevant. That just doesn't make sense to me. If you want to contact me directly about anything, please do. My email is joewalshwhiteflag@gmail.com. That's all one word, joewalshwhiteflag@gmail.com. Final notion, baby. There you see it. No kings, no kings, no kings, no kings in America. No kings in America, right? Contact your Congress critter, contact your United States Senator, and just tell them that. Say, do your fucking job. Do your job. Provide oversight. Be a check on that king in the White House. Do your job. Contact your member of Congress. Contact your United States Senator. Just do that. Tell them to do that. And then you saw that I've changed all my profile pics to no kings. You can do the same. And it's really, really easy. Go to this website, oneflaginitiative.org. That's all one word too. oneflaginitiative.org. Go there. Learn about the One Flag Initiative, of which No Kings is a part, and it'll give you really simple instructions on how you can change your profile pics to No Kings as well. I love that graphic. We got a bunch of different graphics, but let's all of us, as we begin this resistance, as we begin, Sarah Specter, this civil disobedience, let's all of us rally around that simple truth. Let's start there. There are no kings in America. Let's all embrace that truth publicly, together. Thanks for listening, everybody. Be brave. Be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, share, and follow The Social Contract with Joe Walsh on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere great podcasts are found. And be sure to leave a 5-star review. This has been The Social Contract